So the DNC is out with some new talking points against President Trump, and they emailed them to all of their surrogates. And I wanted to go through them here. You're going to get the sense that the DNC is utterly clueless and they're weak. On top of obviously being super duper corrupt, as we learned with the DNC email leaks. So there's a multi-step process that needs to be done here in regards to the DNC. You have to clean house of all the corporate Democrats, and you also have to grow a spine for them because their talking points are basically as weak as it gets. It's like a bunch of people sitting around a conference table, each one of them pitching out an idea that's just like a milquetoast vanilla attack against Donald Trump. So here are just some of their talking points. After just 2 weeks, the Trump administration is failing on multiple fronts. Ooh, Trump looks weak, incompetent, and out of touch with reality. His Muslim ban is not just illegal and cruel, it makes us all less safe. Many of his cabinet nominees turn out to have unethical or illegal conflicts of interest, just like Trump himself. And his unyielding support for Russia makes it look more and more like our president is taking his marching orders from Vladimir Putin. All right, let's pause there. So far, you sound like the guy from Office Space with the stapler. The guy,
I'd like to have my stapler back if you don't mind. I really enjoy my stapler. And you've used it and you haven't given it back, and I'd really like it. You give me my stapler.
The guy who they eventually put in the basement, Milton. Is his name Milton? I think it's Milton. Milton, we're going to need you to go in the basement.
I haven't gotten my paycheck in like 17 weeks, and I really need my paycheck.
That's what this is like. Oh, here's my harsh talking point against Donald Trump. Your Muslim ban is bad. Ooh, calm down there, Tiger. And again, look at this. You really like Russia. It's like you're getting your orders from Vladimir Putin. Fuck you. There's so no clue what you're doing. Nobody... Like, they're talking to themselves in their bubble. That's what they're doing. Like, a normal guy, normal woman in Kentucky or, fucking Hawaii or wherever, they're worried about paying the bills. They're worried about putting food on the table, keeping the roof over their head. They got all these different stresses going on. They're not going to hear you say some shit about Vladimir Putin controlling the president and go, yeah. Nailed it. No, they're going to go, what the fuck are you talking about, man? They're up their own ass here. All right, let me give you more. The administration is so desperate to save its failing policies, it is filling the airwaves with alternative facts. Kellyanne Conway told her fabricated Bowling Green massacre lie several times to try and make America afraid of our Muslim neighbors. Trump recently tweeted that all the negative polls are fake. Between that and him imagining he won the popular vote, he is sounding more and more unhinged. That's why he's losing support fast, even from the leaders and voters of his own party. He set the record for lowest job approval rating when he took office and has only sunk lower since. Now he's the least popular president this early in his term in at least 60 years. Americans are making their voices heard in the streets and at town halls across the country. This is the weakest fucking... I could take somebody I know who's not involved in politics in any way, shape, or form, doesn't think about it, doesn't care about it. I could tell them to write up talking points against Trump, and it would be better than this garbage. So, I came up with some of my own that you guys should be using. Why don't we go ahead and take a look-see, take a gander, and let me give you guys some advice on how to actually attack Trump. So, first of all, flip it all back on him. Flip it all back on him. This is rule number one. You go on the offense. Got to go on the offense. So, drain the swamp, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. That's Donald Trump's thing. You say, Trump isn't draining the swamp. He is the swamp. He's appointing Goldman Sachs to Treasury Secretary. It's true, and it's effective because people recoil when they, Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, fucking gross. I mean, this is, a large part of the reason why Hillary Clinton ended up losing. Because all the voters in, the Rust Belt, in what was supposed to be the Democratic firewall, in those depressed factory towns that lost all their jobs, they're like, oh, I understand Wall Street's against me. I understand Goldman Sachs against me. I understand that NAFTA and all these disastrous trade deals, which are now the status quo and business as usual. I know Hillary supported them, and Donald Trump sounds like he's against them. So he portrayed himself as for Main Street. Now he's just a sellout to Wall Street. Bernie Sanders was calling him a fraud on TV the other day. Because it's true. Oh, yeah, I'm going to protect regular people. Oh, no, let me appoint Goldman Sachs for Treasury Secretary. So that's what you say. And you even throw in Goldman Sachs is a criminal organization. Fraud was the business model there. Here's another talking point. Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary kicked a grandma out of her house over a 27-cent discrepancy in payment. They're not draining the swamp. They are the swamp. They're bathing in the swamp. They're building a new swamp on the front lawn of the White House. He's pouring swamp water into the Oval Office. This is how you attack him. All right, more. I love this one because this is a fact that we're going to get to later in the show, and I'll give you the background on it. Donald Trump is robbing $17 billion from Americans. You're like, whoa, what? Donald Trump just signed an executive order that scraps an Obama-era rule, which makes it so that financial advisors have to look out for the best interest of their customers. They don't have to look out for the best interest of their customers. They could steer your money in a way where it benefits them personally, where it's a higher risk investment for you, you lose more money, and they get richer. So the idea is financial advisors don't actually have to be financial advisors and look out for their clients. They could look out for themselves, and they could be greedy pricks. So as a result of that rule being scrapped, the American people are going to lose $17 billion a year. So there's your talking point. Donald Trump just robbed the middle class of $17 billion a year. How's that for a strong talking point? How about Trump's first move as president was to raise taxes on the middle class? Again, that's true. The very first thing he did as president was to scrap a rule which was an effective tax cut for first-time home buyers. So now first-time home buyers pay more as a fee to the government, which is effectively a tax. So his first move as president was to raise taxes on the middle class. This is how you attack him. Now, Donald Trump is bad, and he likes Vladimir Putin, and the stuff he does is bad, like the Muslim ban is bad. Is bad. What the fuck is that? What are you saying, you fucking weak bitches? All right, more. How's this for a strong talking point? Trump killed an 8-year-old girl in Yemen. What? Oh my God, what are you talking about? Trump's first military action was a raid in Yemen where an 8-year-old girl was killed. By the way, over a dozen civilians and women and children were killed. You want to go on the offense? This is how you go on the offense. You know what? Anybody can understand that. An 8-year-old girl was killed? Oh my God, that's horrific. What have we done putting this guy in charge? You have to pierce through and get right into the brain. You can't do these milquetoast like, I'll throw it out there and it's up to you to interpret it. And oh, it's bad, I think. No, it's got to be, he killed an 8-year-old girl. Okay, more. And this will be my last one here. Trump banned a 5-year-old from coming into the country and an 88-year-old from coming into the country and an American hero who was a translator for our troops from coming into the country. That's who got swept up in his ban. So you bring up the specific cases and the age, because everybody understands an 88-year-old in a wheelchair and you kept him out of the country so people feel safe. You're the snowflakes. It ain't the liberals. The irony of the right wing. Oh, liberal snowflakes. Look, oh, you got your feelings hurt. You okay? You precious little snowflake. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, keep the 88-year-old in a wheelchair out of the country because I'm scared. Oh, I just pissed my pants. There's a 5-year-old who looks like he's Arab. Maybe he'll do harm against us. This is what you do. You gotta go for the fucking jugular, you epic morons. And by the way, every single one of the points I just made, factual. It's all true. It's all stuff that really happened. So you can do your little milquetoast. Oh, God, again, listen how fucking weak this is. Trump looks weak, incompetent, and out of touch with reality. That's their first talking point. Oh, God, you're so stupid. You're gonna lose in 2020 if you keep doing this shit. You're weak and out of touch with reality. Mommy, did I do good? No, you're the worst ever. I've never seen worst framing and messaging than this. Clean house at the DNC, man. Fire them all. Kick all the bums out. These are the same assholes, no surprise here, who just staffed their anti-Trump war room with Hillary Clinton's former staffers. The one group of people in the entire country that proved they can't beat Donald Trump, those are the people who are leading the resistance against Donald Trump. And you can see it. You can see it because he's talking more to the same kind of bullshit that didn't work. This is a campaign, and these are staffers who told Hillary Clinton, no, don't bring up the fact that Trump said he wants to take out their families and murder civilians in the Middle East, which means he wants to do terrorism. Don't focus on the fact that he said he's going to torture and that he's going to lower wages. Don't focus on any of that policy. American people can't handle policy. You know what I'm saying? Those fucking idiots. We got to be condescending and just talk about, he's unhinged. Yeah, he's off his rocker. He's weak, and he's out of touch with reality. No, you're out of touch with reality. Those arguments didn't work, and you're recycling them and using them again, and he's gonna run roughshod over you, even though he's a fucking buffoon and he's the easiest person ever to defeat. Step aside, bitch, step aside. JusticeDemocrats.com. We know how to attack. We know how to go on the offense, and we also know how to not take any corporate money and big donor money. That's the heart of Justice Democrats. So we got to clean house, man. We got to clean house at the DNC. We got to clean house in the Democratic Party. We got to clean house the House of Representatives. We got to clean house in the Senate. We got to stand up and do the right thing because this is unacceptable. I mean, really, Donald, these are your talking points against Donald Trump. His administration is desperate to save its flailing policies that they're using alternative facts. You get it? Alternative facts, because they said that, so now we're saying that. These alternatives, so they're not real facts. Shut the fuck up, you idiots. Take my talking points, use them, you're welcome.